This be the green light, go. Tires burn the pavement. People want to know where Mace, Pops, and Dave went. Still here, still in your ear with a style so hot. No see where all the sun rays went. Legs, arms, and head, all being moved in a frenzy. The blends be all the right cred, meaning credentials. Best of both worlds when we rockin' over pearls in the instrumental. Are you ready? Ready. Set. Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady. To the letter rock. Turn it up. We giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Gentlemen. When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, pass to your receiver. All about running the spot. And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin. Subjugate the dub play. And you know we can't wait to bring spins.
This place first opened way back in 1957. We are inside legendary Lambeau Field here in Green Bay. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Minnesota Vikings and the Green Bay Packers. This will be taken short, and they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Come on.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Back. Tight right.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? You take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. There he goes again. And down to the 16-yard line. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Anthony Barr able to record his 5th sack of the season. You know, last week it was unbelievable how many times they were in the backfield. They had 7 sacks. Whatever they had for pregame meal last week, maybe they had it again.
I think they're going to continue to repeat it if they keep this up. But remember, we were at their facility, and we walked past the defensive meeting room, and what did it say over the door? Rush the passer. It's a philosophy. It's a statement. That's who they want to be, and they've been very successful with it.
An opening drive sack. 7 yards on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Reuben Foster in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard. but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 20. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest game, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop. Here's Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. The Vikings 1st down. Diggs able to find his way free and get the catch from Cousins.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the 1st down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here is big. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Johnson, the intended target, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Mike. Here we go. Bring the energy.
3rd and long for Cousins. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be good.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Aaron Jones, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And the lead grows to 10-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. A running play on 1st down will get 4 up to the 29. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this 1st quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. A gain of 28 yards there, and give him a 1st down. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Cousins gives way to Cook. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Cousins. He'll take a shot for the end zone. That It's knocked away and incomplete. Jair Alexander that time able to knock that one away. The line to gain is the 33 on third down.
Watch the ship. Hey, can. No.
Cousins. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? Stephon Diggs, 41 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point right down the middle, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Joseph now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
This is Jones. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers.
Oh, wide open, complete. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Packers are able to strike quickly for 6. Tavecchio good on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Let's go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Gun.
From the pistol, they run it with Cook. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards the pickup there.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down. At the 41.
Darnell Savage on the tackle. A gain of 3 on the play. First down, Vikings.
40 to high. 180.
You got it, son.
Gun.
Tighten up. Check.
On the ground, it's Cook. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
7-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Off the play fake, Cousins. Going deep for Diggs. And this is caught inside the 5. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one good for 37 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Touchdown.
Matt Breida, his first touchdown on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Joseph now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll be alongside and have to take us through the weekend in the NFL. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Here's Jones. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never...
Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. Here's Rodgers to throw. He's got it to Williams. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Working from the gun, Rodgers escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
They're going to line up to go for this on 4th down. Rodgers stays on the field.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy. Mike 4. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Mike 4. Mike 4. Target.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. There for the sack, Everson Griffin.
Result of the play is a turnover on downs.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Play fake. Cousins. And oh, look at that. A diving catch. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This from 54 yards away. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spot.
He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. Touchdown, Vikings. Matt Breida, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Again, it's Jones. They find some open field here. A big run there by Jones. 41 yards on the ground. trailing here in the third, and that run might just be the spark that this offense needs.
And don't you just get the sense that he's going around not just in the huddle, but looking over at the bench and saying, ball, give me the ball. Let me carry this thing home.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two.
258. Coming to you, coming to you. Watch that. He's coming. Hey, take 26. He's coming, double up. Kill. Back one. Small. No. Box it.
On second down now, it's Jones. There he goes inside the 30. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back.
319. Inside.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. After the incompletion, here's second and 10 from the 20.
Let's make these babies cry all the way.
To throw is Rodgers. Throwing again. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
And now offensively it's third and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. They do get 9, but it leads to fourth down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Cousins and the Vikings with a first and 10 at their own 16. Throwing, Cousins. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
On second down, a run with Breida. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Cousins on third and 2. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. A first down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen. First down. Here's Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Rashawn Gary just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down at 17. Now Cousins. He's got Smith here. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Cousins to throw it. Complete. Smith has it. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. From their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to 1st and 10. Throwing is Cousins. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Kevin King with a pick. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. A big run there by Jones. 72 yards. So he nearly took it the distance, gets him down inside the 10 for a 1st and goal.
I'd love to be in his head right now, because is he rewarding himself for a great run, or is he kicking himself because he didn't get all the way to the goal line?
They'll run it with Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Make it now 3 tackles for a loss in this game, 1 for each quarter.
And for a guy who played defense in college, I can just tell you that he's feeling very satisfied right now by what he's doing, but he's elated because he knows what he's doing is helping his team win the game right now.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio, and that will tie us at 24. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go!
At their own 19-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
An 8-yard pickup. 1st down, Minnesota.
Back now at Lambeau. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Back now at Lambeau. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. They'll try to throw now. Cousins going deep for Diggs. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Let's go ahead and try and get into the body and the mind of the linebackers. Yeah, I know they're bigger and stronger than I ever was, but in this situation, they understood what was going on as much as the offensive guys. Because the offensive guys are always taught, find the 1st down sticks and make the play. On defense, what do you want to do? Guard the 1st down line. Make sure they don't get there and tackle them in front. They were able to drop in their zone coverage, figure out where the 1st down line was, and end up making the play, swatting it away so they couldn't get the completion.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Green 18. Go. Tight into the right. Move.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. The Packers on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Cut. Plant. Mark 4. Oh, you got deep? Hey, Charlie. I got him. 630. Stop your whining. Mike 4. Flip again.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Now he'll let it go deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. Call that a gain of 38. A big march forward on the 3rd down conversion.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a 1st down.
1st down saves him from a 3 and out. They'll run on 1st down. Jones. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Add this game to the last one, and they moved the ball over 50 yards in 2 plays.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Rodgers throwing quickly out to Adams. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a 2-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
On 3rd and short to give to the tight end. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal.
They don't want it. Keep playing hard, fellas, all day.
They come out here in the eye. And no movement for the field goal unit to break this tie. They're going to go for this thing. 4th and goal. Here we go.
Check 31. 26. Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at 4th and goal here in a tie ball game. They'll go with Jones. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? you're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Back near the goal line, Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. And he'll take this one up to about the 6-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Gosh, given the time in the short game, would he have been better off just dropping that?
Yeah, when you look at the clock, you think so. But it's hard to get a receiver to drop a football. They're trained to catch everything.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down.
Just like that. Just like that.
And now we're going to get a delay of game. And that's going to back them up halfway. They're inching closer and closer here to the wrong goal line.
When you're backed up like that, all you're trying to do is make sure you don't give up a big play, right? You don't miss an assignment that really gets you into more trouble.
The Vikings send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. They have gone final now in Cincinnati, and that one pretty well wrapped up. The Bengals growing the lead even further. And if they could hold on to that lead, it would be win number 4 on the season for them. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They need to get this around the 40 to have a chance to win it in regulation. From the 40, it's a 57-yard field goal, so that gives you a gauge.
And all they're trying to do now is pick up yardage in good chunks and get out of bounds to stop the clock. If they end up running a play and get tackled in bounds, they're worried the clock may run out on them and finish the game.
And they'll have to be careful how they handle this. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Now a play fake here on 1st down. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. To throw, it's Rodgers. And he's going to go down again. And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. And you definitely could make the case we might not even be in overtime had he not thrown 3 interceptions in regulation. But looking better here so far in OT.
Yeah, and when you think about what a coach is thinking at that point, because normally you've thrown 3 picks during the game, you might craft your play calling to be a little more careful. Not in this case. The green light still on for him.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Gun.
Defense wins championships, baby. Check that he won.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. He's at the 30. 10. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, tried to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
They